Sir?
A chance to address Susan Cameron's concern. I don't think she's here right now, but the issue of background checks comes up. Can you speak to that for a moment?
Address background checks. I was going to myself, but yes, we're here to
I
listen.
can defer.
You speaking, at some committee, you speaking is better than me.
She's not here.
Yeah.
I just want to mention the idea of background checks is bandied around a lot as a reason why we should not focus on constitutional carryability. It's important to note, though, that background checks have been utterly ineffective in so many recent shootings where the shooter has gone through a background check. It's important to note the individual who murdered 58 people in Las Vegas late last year did so after having passed a background check. The individual, I couldn't remember it all in memory, so the individual in Orlando who shot and killed 49 people at the nightclub in Orlando did so having passed a background check. The folks, the murderer in Colorado in the movie theater in 2012 who killed 12 people did so after first having passed a background check. The individual who shot and killed 6 people and wounded former Congressman Giffords in Tucson, Arizona in 2011 did so having first passed a background check. Go on, and the Fort Hood shooter, all these, some of these shooters in Fort Hood, the same thing. He passed a background check. He was a military officer. Certainly had passed numerous levels of background checks before killing 13 people in Fort Hood. Chattanooga, and then the list goes on, where we have individuals who've gone through a background check that has not stopped violent crime. And what does, at least not stop their violent crime. What does stop violent crime is letting more law-abiding citizens have access to firearms. This bill would help to do just that, and so that might speak some. And that, of course, that only applies to those who try to buy guns legally. That only applies to those who even apply for a background check in the first place. Of course, many homicides occur because somebody steals a firearm. They steal them from a gun, they break into somebody's house, they steal them from somebody else, they take them by force. The Adam Lanza, the Newtown, Connecticut shooter in Connecticut who killed 28 people, first murdered his mother, stole the firearms, went to the school and committed a mass tragedy. And closer to home here in Iowa, a case I'll never forget, in 2010, I think his name was Michael Swanson, a young kid, a 17-year-old from St. Louis Park, Minnesota, drove north into Minnesota to his grandfather's rural hunting cabin, but broke inside, took his grandfather's firearms, came back into Iowa, went into Algona to the four-way corner right there, the northwest corner, walked inside and shot and killed the clerk in that store, a mother of 11. He didn't want to be identified for stealing cigarettes and beer. He moves on south into Humboldt, on the west and the east side of the road there in Humboldt, on 169, and he walks in there and again commits a murder and shoots the clerk in the head and leaves her dead. So this background check idea, number one, is obviously not as effective as it's portrayed, or more importantly, it only applies when a criminal tries to go through one in the first place. And so oftentimes that is not in fact what happens. That's all I have.
Very good.